There we go. Come on, man. Always something dumb. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this live stream reaction going, and YouTube's giving me issues. Stop playing around, man. Stop playing. There we go. There we go. Okay, so for those of you just jumping on here, I'm about to do a live stream reaction to Bruce Blitz. Check out Bruce Blitz on YouTube and let's see, Blitz Sports Network. Subscribe to that because he covers a ton of stuff, not just WWE. And he gives his honest opinions, and he's an absolute riot. So I'm about to check this out because I get a feeling this is going to be good. He is talking about the John Cena Roman Reigns match that happened on Sunday.
What do you get if you subscribe to BlitzSportsNetwork.com? Passionate rants and debates, WWE and
Very
sports,
passionate
news,
rants.
analysis, and rumors daily in the Blitz Team Morning News. Live
That's
WWE
his calling
Raw,
card.
SmackDown, and pay-per-view review. Impact Wrestling and NXT review. NBA, NFL, boxing, MMA, and other sports analysis. Reviews for every UFC pay-per-view. Reviews for the major boxing matches. Reviews for most UFC Fight Night and UFC on Fox show. VIP overtime video roundtables where no subject is off limits. Monthly best of videos featuring the best of the Blitz team. Gaming commentaries where Bruce plays a number of video games. You can participate by calling into the Blitz team hotline where you can be on the show weekly. Interact with other passionate hardcore sports and wrestling fans in the comment section or in the forum. There are thousands of videos to watch. Get off the sidelines and get into the game on BlitzSportsNetwork.com.
I love this website.
I'm waiting to hear him go off. He's going to trash them because that wasn't a good match. He is going to trash the hell out of them. I'm laughing already.
WWE Garbage Moment of the Week, chosen by the members of BlitzSportsNetwork.com.
Right when Cena came out, and he got greeted by the John Cena sucks song, because he sucks. Because he actually sucks. Because he's fucking garbage. Because he's fucking trash. Because he's a fucking phony. Because he's a fucking bum. Because he's chased up millions of viewers. He's earned that chant. Because he's a fucking cornball. Because he lacks authenticity. Because he's a weight room athlete. It has zero functional athleticism at all. He's so awkward to watch. They tell him he sucks. They're telling me sucks because we seen the greats. And this guy doesn't stack up. He doesn't compare. In fact, he doesn't even compare to the best talent in the company. So yeah, he's earned those "you suck" chants. You know, John Cena sucks song. And right when he starts acting excited about it, I'm like, you know what? And then he ran over to the announce table, and it was like he was aware that he got called out for pandering to Jerry Lawler last week. So, John Cena, I'm going to make it look like that's what I'm doing regularly. Bro, you could see, it's funny because he says, you can't see me, right? He says that. He stole that line from Tupac. Should get punched in the face by Tupac's brother for doing that. And, you know, he goes over to the announce table. Bro, you're so transparent. No, we see through your bullshit. We see you for who you are. And I'm almost 100% sure that's why he did that. And then, of course, the WWE's doing damage control with the guy, which I talked about in the morning news videos. You know, this whole thing is a big facade. But they have John Cena face Jason Jordan this week.
Damage control.
And right away, I was thinking, yeah, Jason Jordan is fucked.
You know, when I heard that they...
So they tried to compare it to John Cena facing Kurt Angle back in 2002.
They take people.
And the only thing I could think...
First talking trash on Cena or something.
The only thing I could think is, yeah, John Cena sucked then. He sucks now. John Cena will suck forever. Okay? That's what was running through my mind. I wasn't thinking, oh, this is like when Cena stepped up to Angle. No, fuck you, WWE. There's no parallel. when you had Cena do that with Angle, it was a mistake. Highlights of the match. How about Jamoke Cena moving around the ring like a fucking robot? Like the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. You know, to start the match where John Cena, I'm going to move around and make it look like I'm ready to fight.
See, I said something about that, yeah.
And then I'm going to try to act excited about the crowd.
The stiff-ass boxer bouncy.
Yeah, because he's really excited, guys. He's just like you. How can you hate John Cena? Didn't you see the picture of him as a kid with the championship belt? You know, the guy that did an interview back in the day where he said he never wanted to be a wrestler. He wanted to be a bodybuilder. But, you know, this guy, they built up this entire fucking story around. He's just John Cena. He just does it because he loves WWE. He loves you. He's just like you. It's all phony. It's all fucking garbage. It's all a facade. I don't see how people don't see that. I don't. To me, it's so obvious. You know, he's as fake as they come.
He's a lot more calm than I expected him to be.
But at the beginning of the match, it had to be the worst.
But John Cena didn't win, so.
Example of Jason Jordan using amateur-style mat wrestling to start a match. Why? Because John Cena's uncoordinated. He made the entire, these exchanges look awkward as fuck.
Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no,
that's John Cena's weight room athleticism on display. He could pick up a barbell, but when you talk about functional athleticism, put this guy in an NFL combine so we all can laugh. So we all can laugh. You know, and this is the guy that the kids cape for today. That the industry and the establishment capes for today. 16-time champion. And he moves like that. That's fucking embarrassing.
Wait a minute. Do I got the right one?
Hey, you. Yeah, you watching this video. Head over to blitzsportsnetwork.com. When you're done with this video, just take a quick look at the homepage and look at all of those videos you're missing out on if you are not a subscriber. The punches that Cena threw, where Jason Jordan took bumps on the punches, fake as fuck. Because John Cena, your 16-time champion, is fake. We all fucking would prefer that pro wrestling wouldn't be described as fake. You guys know the way I've always described it. Actors who do their own stunt work, which is glorified in Hollywood. But with John Cena, That's the only word that really accurately represents what he is. Because John Cena doesn't even know how to throw a punch like a real man. And he's your 16-time champion. He's the leader of this generation. He was the guy. Since, these fans today overrate wrestlers who are dumb, Roman Reigns. And they use one word for their catchphrases. God, yard, So he was the guy. This was his yard. He's been a 16-time champion. And the guy can't even fight. Like, you can't even suspend your disbelief and say, yeah. You're like Psycho Sid. Psycho Sid, not exactly a Golden Glove boxer or, a national champion wrestler. But if Psycho Sid got into a real fight, probably fuck some people up. He would probably fuck some people up. Ask Arn Anderson about the scissors. Yeah. And I'm a big Arn Anderson fan.
That's true.
Bret the Hitman Hart. There are people that believe that if he wouldn't have worked in the family business and become a pro wrestler, they said he would have won a gold medal. He was a great amateur wrestler who could fight. Bret Hart was real. The Rock, about 270 pounds. The guy's about 6'4". Used to play football for the Miami Hurricanes. I mean, if The Rock got pissed off and had to handle someone, pretty sure he'd do all right. Pretty sure Stone Cold Steve Austin would be fine. Hulk Hogan. Macho Man Randy Savage went and picked a fight with Hawk from the Road Warriors.
Yeah, Macho
These guys
wasn't
were
afraid of
fucking
nobody.
badasses. Don't even get me started on Scott Steiner. None of these guys were 16-time champions. None of them. None of them. I actually really liked this interview that Buff Bagwell did, where he was kind of burying John Cena. It's a year or two ago. And he said, yeah, John Cena, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the exact quote, but he basically said, yeah, there's nothing really special about him. If you would have presented me and booked me the same way Cena's booked, I could have done what Cena does. And you know what? I actually agree. And you saw what Buff Bagwell was in WCW. Marcus Alexander Bagwell. He was in that fucking cringy tag team, the American Males.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Then he became Buff Bagwell.
Buff.
Scott Steiner's
You ain't got
sidekick.
that stuff.
And then he had his neck broken, and Hulk Hogan pushed him over in a wheelchair. All of that stuff. And then he went to WWF and got buried. Exactly. And I actually think, Buff Bagwell was a better athlete than John Cena. And that's the thing. None of us were taping for Buff Bagwell. None of us were like, yeah, look at the talent Buff Bagwell has. Well, Buff Bagwell has the look, so he should get pushed. None of us. You saw that he didn't have it. He didn't have top guy talent. I'm sorry to the Buff Bagwell fans, but he didn't. Was he more talented than John Cena? Yeah. Did he have more charisma than John Cena? Yep. But should he have ever been a top guy or a 16-time champion? No. So in my world, caping for John Cena is the equivalent to caping for Buff Bagwell. But worse. And I didn't hate Buff. Buff actually had a little bit of swag. Unlike Cena, a little bit. I wouldn't say he was the most relatable guy, but a little bit. Some people thought he was cool. And not emos and.
Okay, so the person who sent me that, I thought they were sending me them talking about the pay-per-view match. Okay, I found his commentary about the pay-per-view match. I found it. So let me see here. Where does it start at? John Cena, Roman Reigns. There it is.
want to get off my chest with this match, because one of the things that I get frustrated over is I watch these matches, and it's really obvious to me. Like, I mean, you guys can go to the preview. I literally predicted everything they were going to do in this match to a fucking T. I mean, if someone wasn't familiar with us here, they would have thought I saw the match first, right? I mean, literally predicted everything they did to a fucking T. Go, again, you've got the evidence in the preview. Go watch the preview again, and you will see I predicted the exact structure of this match to a fucking T. It's not rocket science. You know, I think sometimes... Okay, so here's the thing, folks. Yeah, one of the things that gets me so frustrated with this is when I talk about Roman Reigns and John Cena. You know, when I talk about, when I talk about stuff like the New Day, right? When I'm talking about these different things. One of the things that gets me the most frustrated is there were a lot of friends who used to watch wrestling who don't watch anymore. And as you guys have noticed over the years, there are panelists who used to regularly be here. You know, obviously we still have, throughout the week, so many different guys come on. And some of the originals still pop on the reviews from time to time. But, you know, we've expanded the on-air roster. And as you saw in that 12 years video, you saw it, towards the end, all the guys that are just like currently still, doing videos with us, there's a lot. But there's also a lot of them who don't want anything to do with the WWE reviews anymore. They want to be on VIP overtimes. They want to be on this and that. Not these. Because they're done. They're done. And what these people don't understand is when they sit there and they make excuses, it's a fucking slap in the fucking face. Right? It's a slap in the face when they say that, well, wrestling fans were bluffing. Well, the viewership's dropping. Right? In their mind, when the viewership comes out, the excuse is something else on TV, despite the fact that people have literally told them, if this happens on Sunday, I'm gone. It happens and then they're gone.
Yeah.
You get this fruitcake shit on the WWE. You get these manufactured superheroes that the fans never picked. And people bail. And guess who some of those people are? Our friends who you used to be able to talk wrestling with all the time. I can't talk wrestling with them unless it's old school shit. Because they are watching this shit. So what does the bubble do? What do? They slap you in the face and they go, no, what happened is actually, nom, 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 nom. You remember, like the teacher in Charlie Brown? That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Can't even fucking hear that shit.
You guys need to look no further than the panels. You've seen the way the guys drop off.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that, yeah. I was wondering what was going on with that.
We're wrestling fans for a long time, and they finally say, wow, this is the next guy. Yeah.
Guys, you even seen it with me. Like, my wrestling reviews, fewer and fewer.
But somehow we're supposed to ignore that, right? Like, you come to the conclusion
eventually I just
with your opinions on things based on
period, point blank.
The evidence that you see.
Take the product no more.
And somehow they want you to buy into their fucking excuse-making bullshit.
Exactly. Like Dragon Ball Super excuses.
It's unbelievable.
Don't buy them.
So, just even leading up to this match, I tried not to think about it as much as I could because I knew watching it was going to be frustrating enough. Because to a lot of us, this matchup signifies over 12 years of fucking hell. Over 12 years. Where, between these two, you throw a few other entities in there, some of the things they do that is just lame. The WWE literally took something that we all loved. Everybody was talking about wrestling in the 80s. In the 90s, everybody was talking about wrestling again.
That was a rebirth.
After a little bit of a hiatus.
That was a rebirth.
And now,
God, I remember that.
none of my friends watch.
Phoenix rising from
Maybe
the
one or
ashes in
two,
the 90s.
occasionally. They all used to watch.
That was the second golden age.
None of them do. And a big reason why for a lot of them, we're the top guys that Vince McMahon chose to shove down everyone's throats. So, when you actually put some real-world perspective on this, very frustrating to sit there and watch a match between two guys who have chased away friends and millions of people from being wrestling fans.
Split the group up.
Very frustrating.
The band fell apart.
Just to sit down to watch it.
Bruce, you're a strong man to continue to do it. I'm telling you. You are, man.
Sorry about that.
It drives me nuts. I only checked out the pay-per-view because
So I've been in
I
like
wanted to
this
see who
weird
was gonna
mood
win.
all night.
Just was so curious to see
Just
who was
this-
going to win.
I don't even know how to describe it. Because, you know what, let's just run through the match. I could sit here and talk big about it. Let's just run through
That subscriber wrote
I
me
just want
on Twitter. I knew you were going to start watching again.
there's so
I
much.
was
I
like,
wanted to say.
wrong.
What I was gonna say is, it just
If you watched my
It's
videos,
like this weird
fucker,
movie.
you knew why I was watching that one
you
particular
just feel like it. You
match.
know,
Those two matches.
your excitement for this industry just got ripped right out of your chest by Vince McMahon. There's still things that excite me. You guys know that. Got my favorites. We like to have fun. We have a hell of a lot of fun on these reviews, but so the WWE runs this video package to make it seem like this is some fucking dream match or some stupid shit, right? And I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Dream match my ass. You know, the only people who had this as a dream match, in my opinion, most of the people who had this as a true dream match, and didn't just end up picking a side, but this was like something they really wanted to see. I mean, they have to be cashing checks with WWE up in the top left corner of that motherfucker. They have to be depositing a check from this company. Because these guys are the fucking personification of lowered standards. That's what they are. They're the personification of lowered standards. And by the way, the people that lower their standards are the people that didn't see it when it was great, and they expect you to lower your standards as well.
Exactly.
They're baffled. They're like, oh, what do you mean you're not into this?
They
Come on,
don't get it.
these guys are fucking trash. They're fucking trash. I've seen good. We've
Yes.
all seen good.
We've seen great.
Great.
Yes. Yes.
These guys are two guys that you literally have to lower your standards for to enjoy their shit. You know? I mean, we didn't pick them, but Cena was kind of over at the beginning. Not to the level that people make it seem. And he was quickly rejected. Let's not forget that. He was very, very, very quickly rejected. And then we've gone on a 10-plus year run of fans rejecting this fucking clown. I'm not just talking about crowd reactions. I'm talking about channel change reactions.
Yeah. Which is the worst.
You know,
Change the channel.
we didn't pick these fucking guys. So how is that a fucking dream match? So as, you know, WWE fans, or maybe I'd be better off speaking for myself here. As someone who's been watching WWF, WWE since the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, which it's gone really downhill. You know, you go back to the 80s, it was great. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was one of my favorites. I loved watching his matches. Before Vince, when he was just Rick Steamboat, before Vince had him breathing fire and all this other shit, right? Macho Man Randy Savage was awesome. $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase was entertaining. Then in comes guys like Mr. Perfect. You know, Bret Hart when he branched off into being a singles wrestler. You know, Legion of Doom when they showed up, the Road Warriors in WWF. You had many reasons to get excited to watch those shows. Whether it be primetime wrestling or Saturday Night's Main Event, which, you know, Saturday Night's Main Event, you know, I truly believe a lot of wrestling fans sit there and watch these shows by themselves. Whereas back in the day, Saturday Night's Main Event, the whole family sat around and watched it.
Saturday Night's Main Event was the shit.
When it was the main event, it was a family night to watch.
Saturday Night's Main Event was the shit.
It was a big deal. Now, most families have one wrestling fan, maybe a couple. Most have one. They're killing it. They're killing the fucking business.
Yeah.
What part of this what part of this don't people fucking understand? We didn't pick these two fucking schmuck, jabroni jamokes. We didn't pick them.
I bet you
Vince picked them.
They're probably Vince, maybe with the whole thought.
You know, there was so much stuff that they did here before the match that was just dripping with irony before the bell even rang.
That as old fans drop off, new fans.
Yeah, the fans, of course, telling Cena that he sucks.
I think.
You had Cena with the overacting, acting excited about a sign in the crowd that said if Cena loses, apparently this guy was planning on rioting. And the fact of the matter is, the only riot that would have happened would have been what that guy did with his hand in his fucking pants. If Cena won. There's going to be no fucking riot. But if he not in main event like you to be, and blah blah blah. Motherfucker, like Michael Cole gave me literally the greatest piece of ammo because Cena heads to the ring, and Michael Cole says that if Cena wins, he ties the Undertaker and pay-per-view wins.
Oh God!
Wow,
God.
I didn't even know that. I'm like, wow, that's pretty damning. You're talking about John Cena, who's tied Ric Flair in WWE recognized championships.
Yeah.
Even though we all know Ric Flair has more than 16.
That's right.
But in a much shorter amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
And then, as if you didn't need, if you've been watching this whole fucking time, it was like WWE decided to give you the fucking talking point. They served it up on a fucking platter. So he's going to tie Undertaker and pay-per-view wins. Right? When Undertaker had a 15 fucking year head start. A 15 fucking year head start.
Yeah.
And people can't understand why. Those of us out here are still frustrated with him. Well, guess what? Most of the people that got frustrated with him stopped watching. A very small percentage of us are still left. And by the way,
the true warriors.
A very, very small percentage of us who were watching in the 80s are left. And a very small percentage from the 90s. The company in this era has done nothing but chase the fucking wrestling fans off. But I want you to think about that. Undertaker with a 15 fucking year head start. And Cena is one pay-per-view win away from tying him in pay-per-view wins. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
If that's a true fact, unbelievable. He's got to be close. when Undertaker in that couple years not worked. I said a 15-year head start. They've always got an excuse. You can just hear it before they even say it.
Mimicking the
Well,
fans.
Undertaker now work full schedule for like 3-4 years. The other piece of irony was during this video package, you know, the WWE, they got this music playing and I'm watching it. I'm like, trash, trash, garbage, trash. Bad memory. This shit's fucking terrible. This guy sucks. This guy's boring. Like, they're showing their highlights. Like, oh, look, John Cena won U.S. Championship. Look, Roman Reigns won U.S. Championship. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I don't.
It's killing him.
But if that fucking video package was true to history, it should have been full of Cena sucks chants and boos. And fuck you, Cena. Fuck you, Roman. Video package wasn't true to history. Well, I guess it was because they edited out the boos, and that's kind of what WWE does. So I guess it was true to history. Now true to live history, right? But what else would you expect? You know, it's what they do. But how about Cena before the match? You know, he does his usual. He hops around and he's ready for the big boar. He's going to have the big fight with the big boar in his fucking jorts.
I said something about the jorts.
You know, with his weight room athleticism, with all the goofy shit he does before a match. And then, like, right there, folks, every fucking time. I don't bring that up for the fuck of it. I bring it up because I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm literally saying to myself every time, it's an embarrassment that this is the 16-time champion from this era. It's fucking embarrassing. A lot of my good friends can break down boxing and MMA inside and out. As good as any analyst you could find on TV. They are good. When I talk sports with them, and especially combat sports, they really know their shit. John Cena? I mean,
that match
I don't
wasn't
think
good,
I could
Tyler.
talk him into watching John Cena wrestle, even with Bill Cosby's help. There's no way. You don't watch fucking bullshit that looks as fake as John Cena. But yeah, you guys remember I dubbed these guys as mega trash because, you know, the mega powers were Hogan and Savage. So, and by the way, those guys drew 20 million viewers when they wrestled on the main event. 20
Mega
million
trash
viewers when they wrestled on the main event.
Ah! Mega trash.
And these idiots have the fucking viewership down to 2.5 million. There's more TVs in every household. There's more TVs.
Oh my
access
God!
to a TV, a good TV. Cable and satellite is available, which main event wasn't on cable and satellite, but my point is, all of these excuses people make, the availability of cable and satellite, and the amount of people with cable and satellite, compared to the people in the fucking 90s, is unbelievably higher. It's got to be up by at least 33 to 40%. But they've got every fucking excuse in the book. But I mean, how epic is this? The two guys that have driven, you know, last week's Raw ended at 2.5 million viewers, and these guys have played a big hand in it, in driving all these viewers away, along with all the fruitcake shit and corny shit the WWE does, and repetitive bullshit, all of it combined, but these guys are the fucking figureheads. Yeah, how great is it that we get to sit here and watch these trash bumps? I was so fucking excited. I mean, it was exciting. My excitingness was excited. Fucking break. I remember the lead up to Hogan and Warrior. It was like, oh man,
yeah.
what's going to happen? You know, because Warrior had a rocket ship strapped to his back.
Yeah,
and you knew it. I remember the lead up to Sting and Flair after Sting came off the knee injury. That was awesome.
I wasn't around for that.
Awesome. You know, so many different feuds over the years. You just remember the build up to it, like the day the match was. I was, like I said, I was doing my best to not even, and I didn't even think about this match much today. I didn't. Not until I sat down to watch the show. Come on. Did I look forward to Rock and Cena at 28? Sure did.
Yeah.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because that was going to be my breaking point.
Yeah.
If Rock came back just to put Cena over, which he did later, but we did get the win first,
yeah.
I probably would have been done.
That was the first WrestleMania I ever went to.
Because there was no way.
Loved that trip.
That I was going to sit there and tolerate.
Energy
you know,
was crazy,
one of the top Attitude Era guys putting over John Cena in his fucking hometown. And that was a great night for a lot of us because it was like,
yes,
finally, we got something we wanted. It took Rock coming back.
We left so happy. So happy.
But CM Punk didn't, Triple H made sure to snuff out that summer of Punk. And then just surprisingly, he had to turn heel. Cena all of a sudden had a rival, his top babyface. Lo and behold, he had to turn heel, and CM Punk said he didn't want to.
Yeah, he did say that.
I wonder what happened there.
Then Rock put over Cena. I remember that, and I was like,
to a lot of guys.
I was there for that match.
Steam, you know, towards the top of the babyface part of the card.
You could have heard.
But yeah, you know, just amazing shit. I could sit down and watch the guys who are the figureheads for fucking half-full arenas.
We were so
millions
quiet.
Millions and millions of fans have left.
Filing out of there.
With these, two guys constantly getting the strongest booking on the show.
You could have heard a mouse pissing on cotton.
The fans aren't stupid.
That's how quiet it was after that match.
Hardcore fans aren't stupid. You know, I think hardcore fans look at it and they know. Oh, yeah. Oh, you gave the title to Randy now. But we know where that thing's going to end up.
Yeah.
Oh, Brock's the champion now. But at WrestleMania, we know who's going to be there.
Exactly.
So they just decide, nah.
Exactly.
I'm not doing this anymore. Sick and tired of watching a show that doesn't fucking care about me.
Yeah.
Done.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a big deal. The two guys who get reactions, right, in half-full arenas. What can I do with phone? In half-full arenas, which means they've wrestled in front of half-full arenas while chasing away so many viewers. I don't know who gets excited about that.
Funny how he imitates the fans that are like.
I don't know how you could get excited about that. How the fuck am I supposed to get excited about watching guys that my friends have cited as reasons they stopped watching? You know, I mean, in 20 or 30 years, they'll probably have a book out there explaining exactly how WWE chased off these fans and killed themselves. You know, it's coming.
Yeah, I'll probably have.
But the crowd chanting, "You both suck," was fantastic. I wish they would have stuck with that.
Oh, I didn't
Cena
hear
got
that.
butthurt over that. Started acting like he was leaving.
Oh, that's what they were chanting. Okay.
I mean, the whole time I was just watching this completely fucking.
Gotcha.
Just detesting every second.
Gotcha.
So as he got out of the ring and started walking up the aisle, the crowd was chanting "Delete." And then Reigns hit Cena with a punch on the stage. And I mean, if you would have said, "Hey, John, he's going to hit you with a punch. Could you please try to sell it and make this, your reaction to taking this punch look as fake as fucking possible?" That's what I would have expected to see. And he did the same thing on the first punch he took from boring fuckface in the ring. Second one was a little better. But then John Cena proceeds to throw, his fake-ass looking punches, the fuckboy buckethead specials. Look, this guy who's been a 16-time champion doesn't know how to fight punches. Great. How exciting. But the Roman sucks chants and Roman smirking at the chants was fantastic because Roman can smirk at those chants all he wants. This company is absolutely dying a slow death with you at the helm, buddy. So you can smirk. You could try to blow it off. But that's just the fact. And then you gotta love the part where these announcers, it's like the dude with the ugliest fucking bitch you could imagine, right? Your homie, he shows up and he's like, so what did you think? Whew, man, how do you have that conversation to tell him he's really struck out, right? Yeah, man, yeah. That's what it always reminds me of with these announcers. Where these fucking crowds are shitting all over these guys, and these announcers are like the dude with the ugly chick who, but she can really cook a great breakfast, What? And how about Corey Graves? He's like, he pulled the company like, well, these fans get really emotionally invested in these two guys, and then, that's important.
I know a dude whose girl ain't
That's
lying.
got to be the biggest fucking joke of all time.
First time he ever said anything
right
about
when he said that, I was like, listen, motherfucker,
he was like,
why don't
she
you
ain't
go
the
back
prettiest thing in the world.
covering
That's what he
brony
said.
conventions. Google that if you have.
But
go back to covering brony conventions.
He is embarrassed and ashamed
Because
of
the
this
only
woman.
thing that I've seen people get emotionally invested in, I'm a bad example because I'm here to review the product for an audience. Whereas I know thousands of wrestling fans, thousands over the years, have told us that John Cena or Roman Reigns were their breaking point. And they left. So, if you're going to acknowledge that the live audience is emotionally invested, they would never do this on TV. It would actually be dumb. I don't really expect them to. But it's still annoying to hear the excuses and the spin because it's like, stop fucking bullshitting me. But if we're going to acknowledge that, let's not forget to, let me say that again, let's not forget to acknowledge the fucking reaction everyone's had who's changed the fucking channel. Why is that such a hard reaction to acknowledge for so many people?
Turned it completely off.
Mom, what I think happened, and when I think happened, if there were My Little Pony reruns on Monday night, and that's why they weren't watching. Fuck the fact they literally fucking told you that they're done. When they're cutting the cord, they're cutting. No. This shit sucks. That's why they stopped watching, because it sucks. You dumb fuck.
You scared me.
So sick and fucking tired.
Scared me,
at every fucking turn. You sit there and you look at this shit and you go, well, they lost more viewers hour 3 this week. The viewership's slipping. And then here comes the fucking excuses again.
That was rage right there.
And then you look back to the last 3-4 years, and every year it's like down and down.
That was a murderous rage.
And you sit there and you say to yourself, yeah, those people that changed the channel from hour 2 to 3.
He's absolutely right.
Guess what?
I agree.
Eventually they don't come back.
Right.
So no, they weren't bluffing. To quote Corey Graves, they were having an emotional reaction.
Yes, they were.
And they changed the fucking channel.
Yes, I'm with them. I just turned it off. I only still have the network to check
Right
out the
on
old
cue,
shit.
just like I predicted in the preview. They go to the fucking props, sending each other into the ring stairs because in Triple H rulebook, page number 942, it states that if you are limited as a wrestler, use props.
Yeah.
You know, like announce tables, stairs, maybe a sledgehammer. And these guys definitely subscribe to that rulebook. But Roman hits a stupid drive-by apron drop kick, which I love how the announcers are like, "Whoa, drive-by," and I'm like, yeah, it was kind of cool the first few times he did it. And then it was like, just kind of one of his moves, and now? Who fucking cares? There's no storytelling behind that move. There's no psychology. There's no psychology behind it. There's not like a build-up to it. He just hits. And the crowd started chanting CM Punk.
Oh,
And you know what? Since we're talking
catches
about
a
the
lot of
origins
shit I
of
don't
this
catch,
analysis
man.
of this match. Yeah, when CM Punk was there was a buzz around the product, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Because that guy would go out there and he would grab this, the fucking microphone, and he would talk you into the fucking building. And he would cut promos, and you wanted to see what he's going to say and do next week. And oh yeah, we're still getting 4 or 5 million viewers.
Now they're down to 2.
So maybe CM Punk is code for
Jesus.
we would like to see it be good again.
Oh my God.
And they've lost nearly half those viewers since he left. I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
But you only get a reaction.
I know.
So the uncharismatic anathema goes back to hitting the shit factor of professional wrestling with more punches. Really fucking boring. Absolutely boring as fuck. The match was so slow. So boring. Cena goes back to throwing his fake ass, these fake as fuck looking punches. And all of a sudden Michael Cole calls him a war horse.
Cole.
There's a lot of things that come to mind when we're talking about John Cena. He's an ass kisser, he's phony, he's a con man, he's fucking garbage, he's fucking trash. The last thing that comes to mind is that this guy's a fucking war horse. A war horse? How?
Because he never gives
a
up.
war horse.
Because Cena never gives up,
What is it with
Bruce.
this company and animals? It's so weird.
He doesn't quit.
But sure enough, the crowd starts chanting boring because guess what? It was fucking boring. It's very boring. Shout out to the crowd for that chant. They would lose me later.
He catches a lot of stuff.
They were telling these two overrated fucks exactly what they need to hear. You guys are
it.
fucking boring. Cena does his Jamoke tackle, and
I can't stand that.
boring fuckface ends up cutting him off with the clothesline routine. And sure enough, we go back to the stupid-ass shoulder tackles. And I was sitting there watching this, and I'm going, there's no storytelling here. There's no reason to care. This is terrible. So boring fuckface counters fuckboy Buckethead's 5 merchandise shuffle with a Samoan drop for a 2 count.
He's got the terminology down, man.
Here comes the kickouts, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Roman hits the jabroni special in the corner where he hits those stupid, I'm going to, Roman Reigns, I'm going to stand here. I'm going to hit you a clothesline. Okay. If you could just stand there and let me do it, it would be great. Those look terrible. They look fake. It looks fake. The word that you would not want to associate with pro wrestling as much as you can. Right?
You can stand there and let me do it. It'd be great.
You can't help it, with these two guys. But, so John Boy ends up hitting another fucking side slam. And he quickly hits that fake as fuck 5 merchandise shuffle. I mean, the guy misses by a foot. He misses that move by a fucking foot. And there are going to be people that are going to be going, hey, big match done. Hey, big match done. I swear the standards with WWE today are so fucking low, it's unbelievable.
People
so Roman cuts him off again, and then now we go back to
about John Cena.
Boring fuck Roman Reigns standing there. You know, cuts him off, and Roman Reigns is going to stand here. And he goes for the stupid man punch. Cena completely telegraphs the submission move, where apparently, I mean, if I'm watching this on TV and I'm just a casual, apparently John Cena has magic powers. It's got to be magic. Because in order for someone to apply a submission move where there's that much air between their forearms and the opponent's chin for a supposed crossface, I mean, what am I to believe? That he's fucking, putting pressure on with the air? Because he damn sure doesn't make it look like he's putting it on with his forearms. And then you're sitting there watching this fake fucking move, and the announcers are like, whoa, is he going to tap out? The whole time I'm just sitting there going, yeah. We've seen their matches. This is not our first rodeo. And all of us hardcore wrestling fans are sitting there going, he's not tapping out to that move.
But they play to the casual fans.
What would lead you to believe he's tapping out to that move?
They play to the casual fans.
And you sit there and you listen to the crowd and you're saying to yourself, why are they, I'll never understand that. He puts it on, it looks terrible, and the crowd's like, whoa, Roman liked it. Would you stop it? I mean, are these crowds really that fucking gullible? I honestly don't think that John Cena cares about, and I also think he doesn't know how to make pro wrestling look credible. He just goes through the motions. He chalks the critiques up to, of his shitty wrestling, up to, an ISP provider or the internet, some mythical, entity. The people who see how fucking shitty he is, they're not real people. No, they're just a product of the fucking internet. I'm not really sitting here in front of this microphone right now. I didn't really sit there and watch that fucking match right there, right? No. I'm just some entity he talks about his critics like we're fucking cartoon characters. Well, guess what? No, we actually have fucking standards and actually have a fucking brain. So Roman hits his power-up power bomb, and we get this shitty exchange of punches. And I'm telling you right now, you take that snippet of the match right there where they're doing the exchange of punches, and you show it to anyone, with standards, and they could be very low standards. You take that exchange of punches, put it in a movie, people would be like, wow,
yeah, what the hell's going
this
on?
is the worst action film of all time.
Yeah.
The worst. But for some reason, we're expected to put this fucking trash over just because. Because if you don't, that makes you an internet fan. Or whatever else these apologists want to label you as.
Internet
so how about
fans
this?
are real fans.
I watched the match. When they were exchanging punches, it looked like fucking shit. How about that? Is that okay? So as I predicted in the preview video, as all of you predicted, consciously or subconsciously, here we go. All right. Cena hits the AA, boring fuckface kicks out. And you're looking at the crowd, and it's like, we all expected that.
Right, of course.
If there wasn't for 1 second, there really is no excuse for 1 second to have been sitting there going, He may have got him. Come on.
My God.
It's a John Cena match.
Right.
Minimum of 6 finishers.
That's kind of true.
So, you know, you look at the fans in the crowd and they're like, whoa, he kicked out. Yeah, you are what's wrong with wrestling today, too. Because putting that shit over means that we have to watch more fucking matches like this, where there's no creativity, no versatility to the match, no storytelling. The match is solely reliant on motherfuckers kicking out of fucking finishing moves. I'm sick and fucking tired of matches where all they do is kick out of finishers, damn it.
We get a whole lot of that nowadays.
So keep acting shocked for that so we can sit there and watch it for another 12 years.
And it's almost like they can't even go back.
The fuck were these people born yesterday?
Actually, if they do
for
go backwards,
$9.99 on the WWE Network,
it would be a shock.
You can go look at all this fucker's matches. They're all the same. How the fuck are you going to sit there and be shocked at the first kick out of a finisher in a Cena match? I'm sick and tired of these fucking matches. And I'm even more sick and tired of the people who overrate them.
Could you imagine that in a big pay-per-view match? One finisher.
There was no good wrestling in this match.
We all have that look that guy had when Undertaker lost.
It works every time. It's just like Mick. I wouldn't be surprised. If someone told me he had this conversation with someone, I'd be like, yeah. No surprise. John Cena. So what we do, it's kind of like Mick Foley. When Mick Foley goes to the ring, if he's in Hartford, he says, how you doing, Hartford? And they cheer. So what I do with my matches is we're going to kick out of finishers about 18 times. And they cheer. Started out breaking down this match talking about lowered standards. Some of us are really sick of watching this exact match over and over again. But for some reason, for some of these fans, which again, more power to them, whatever, I wish they would stop. But for some reason, a referee going 1, 2, and then a guy devaluing a finishing move is entertaining. Don't ask me. This is just what you see every time you watch these fucking matches. You know, I mean, you got to ask yourself, was this crowd, really, was the crowd born yesterday? Who didn't see that coming? Can they walk and chew gum at the same time? Are they just there to go through the motions and watch everything on autopilot? Whatever. These matches definitely are not for the thinking man and woman. That is for sure. I mean, of course he was kicking out. Of course. That's what Cena does. And then people follow that up by overrating his matches every fucking time. Because you got these other matches that are really cheap, right? Like really watered down and cheap. They take all these guys who you've seen better matches. Isn't that something? All their better matches are from outside of this company. And they go out there and have these watered down cheap matches. And then John Cena goes out there and they kick out of 9 fucking finishers. And then people go, oh, wow, he's Big Match John. Oh, he's Big Botch John. He's Big Trash John, right? He's the big annoyance.
This made me think of Mega Trash.
So Cena powerbombs himself off the top rope. That's the only way I'm going to analyze and describe it. Like, he jumps off for that fucking leg drop, and he literally was already in the position to take the bump before he even got to Roman Reigns. So I didn't like that spot. But he, it was a counter powerbomb. It didn't look good to me.
It didn't look good.
Okay.
It didn't.
You know, I would have rather seen Roman catch him and then powerbomb him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yes.
Little critique there. But, so boring fuckface. It's the stupid man punch. Cena's now losing to one stupid man punch, people. You know, I mean, I don't care heat of the moment, not heat of the moment. For me, there was no heat of the moment. Like, well, signature move, get this kick out of the way.
I've seen the power bombs himself off the top rope.
He kicks out of the stupid man punch, and the crowd's like, whoa! I'm like, oh my gosh. It's never going to change if they keep fucking doing this.
Mm-hmm.
It's really never going to change. I
don't think it's ever going to change no matter what. Vince has to step down for things to change. I mean,
this match was fucking trash.
That's what'll happen. He'll step down. It was
terrible. I think that most people, the reason that they cared about this match was to see who was going to stop kicking out, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're used to these guys kicking out of everything. Like, who's going to be the one that has to stop kicking out? I mean, in a roundabout way, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who are looking forward to the finish of this match, it's probably what you were looking for.
Right.
That's about it.
Right.
Did you really think you were going to see good wrestling?
That's exactly what did I tell y'all while I was watching it?
Roman takes the corner post, and I'm like, the Vince special. And
it was just to see who won.
He was protecting Roman because this gave Cena the opening to set up the Avalanche AA. So he was kind of protected for the spot. And Cena hits the Avalanche AA off the second rope. And I'm like, immediately, like right when he was setting it up, I said, this isn't going to finish the match because Roman hasn't hit a spear.
Right. That's right.
Like, I mean, how do people not watch these matches that exact way?
And you know, if you've been watching for a while, you just know. It's like, oh, he didn't hit his finishing move yet, so no.
Hit a spear and Cena kicks out of it, or he hits a spear for the finish, but Roman's going to hit a spear in this match.
Yeah, of course. Right.
And 90% of the wrestlers in the world could work this exact match and do it better. Hit a simple move, right? Kick out at 2. Hit another simple move, kick out at 2, right? Hit another move, kick out at 2. Ring stairs, check. Ring post, check. Kickouts of finishers, check. Oh, I got an idea. Now it's time to do an announce table spot. Yeah, that's good wrestling. This is literally cheap ways to get your match over 101. Now, if you were to do these spots on top of good entertaining wrestling, or at least good entertaining storytelling, there was no storytelling here. There was none. What was the story? Well, the story was that they were like evenly matched. Story. That's basically you telling me what their characters' levels are. It's not a story. I mean, in all honesty, Hulk Hogan and a young Ultimate Warrior, not exactly known as the two greatest technical wrestlers in the history of the business, put on a way better match at WrestleMania 6 and told a way better story of a struggle back and forth. Right? Battles of strength and this and that. It was good selling from Hogan. Way better storytelling. This is the Ultimate Warrior.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Rest in peace, you know, but was not the greatest technical wrestler. But, so, they're going for the cheap pop. So Cena clears off the announce table. He goes for the AA on the announce table. Lo and behold, whoa, Roman slips out. And now Roman hits a spear and spears John Cena through the other announce table. Wow. You know, the breakaway announce table. It collapsed. Whoa. Fucking trash. I mean, you're literally sitting here watching Vince's hand-picked guys that you didn't pick, I didn't pick. Just going for the cheap bullshit. Knowledgeable wrestling fans see right through it. Fans with memory spans that last further than 2 or 3 hours to remember that this is the way all their matches go. Every one of their matches are the exact same. No psychology, no storytelling. The only drama in the match is kick out. Move, kick out. Use prop, kick out. Use move on prop, kick out. It's boring as fuck. And in the preview, I said this match is going to be kick out city, and that's exactly what it was.
Oh, yeah, well.
Which you all knew as well.
Yeah.
You all knew that as well. Yeah. You didn't have to be Nostradamus to know that. Nope. So Roman goes for another spear, but Cena in the ring. Cena hits the AA. Cena rolls through and hits another standing fireman's carry. And I'm watching it. And right when he did it, I said, yeah, Roman's kicking out of this one too. Because Cena used that to beat AJ. And for whatever reason, I said in the back of my mind, I said, they're not going to have Cena beat Roman the same way he beat AJ. No. And he kicked out. Because if he would have lost that way, they would have had him on the same wavelength as AJ. And they're cognizant of stuff like that. And anyone who calls this a good match, I'm sorry, I respectfully disagree with you. I was incredibly, irritated, for sure. But it was all predictable. Mm-hmm. So predictable. And anyone who calls it great, I think you're crazy as fuck. I really do.
Me too.
I really do. How could someone who regularly watches this product not be sick and tired of the cheap spamming the kickouts of finishers?
If you think that was a great match, you are a madman.
Let's overreact to predictable kickouts and 2 guys spamming the finisher. It's trash. So boring fuckface hits the stupid man punch. And the way that Cena sold it, when he hit the stupid man punch and then he hit the spear, I was like, that's the finish. Like, you could tell. You could tell. But at Cena, I wasn't going to be surprised if he kicked out.
What was funny is I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't see it. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. I was like...
And boring fuckface got the 3 count for the win.
And I was like, oh, you won.
I said, wow, that match was fucking horrible. Because to me, it's an indictment on their lack of creativity, their lack of ability to tell a story, and their lack of, just...
there was no charisma in that match.
To where you've got to rely on that many finishers.
I felt like there wasn't any energy.
It's unbelievable. But how could you not see it coming? You guys remember that one match with Randy Orton? Where, him and Cena wrestled each other so many times. There was one match, and they did this a couple times, where all of a sudden Orton hit the AA and Cena hit the fucking RKO. You guys remember that?
I don't even remember that. I don't.
This shit's been absurd for years. But somehow people fucking buy into it.
I hated seeing their matches because Randy was always losing.
I don't get it.
I don't know how many of those matches.
So now the WWE bubble is going to do what happens every other time. They're going to form a line on the elephant walk, and they're going to run around circle jerking each other. And look, this match was fucking trash. So before someone tweets me or whatever and credit it, it was fucking garbage. I just laid out exactly why I didn't like it. It was fucking garbage. I don't know how you could get into this. First of all, you've got this hurdle. John Cena and Roman Reigns have beat a lot of our favorite wrestlers. John Cena and Roman Reigns are 2 guys that a lot of us feel just don't have talent. They don't have it. They should not be top guys that are force-fed on us. And then you add to that, their matches are all the fucking same. Ric Flair matches. No, Ric Flair's matches had way better storytelling than these two clowns. And don't ever put these guys in the same breath with Ric Flair, motherfucker. Don't ever. I've had people do that a multitude of times.
That's right, fat boy.
These matches were something these guys aren't. They were entertaining.
That's right.
They would make you laugh. They would make you go, whoa. They were entertaining.
That's right, yeah.
There was nothing in this match.
You tell him, Bruce, I'm the greatest wrestler of all time.
That's this match up in one word. Well, first of all, trash, but kickouts. That's it.
Ric Flair's matches were oozing charisma.
Roman Reigns had to be adopted. I mean, he's the only motherfucker from that family who's that fucking boring. Go back and look at his entrance. Like, this guy, he has an innate ability to be so fucking just, like, he's there on TV, and you're just looking at him going, what is he doing? You know, like, what is this guy doing? Like, I'm Roman Reigns. Go walk out here, do what I do. And that is be boring as fuck. And then John Cena, everything that guy does is awkward. Everything.
I'll watch Roman any day over Cena, though.
I don't know how people get into this.
Any day.
I really don't.
Any day. Because
then, you know, we'll be done with this review. It'll be 2-3 days later. Well, so-and-so said they thought it was a great match. Who?
I love the way he imitated.
Okay, more power to him, but I don't get it. And as long as people keep putting this shit over, it's never going to get better.
As
far as I'm concerned, what would I like to see happen? I'd like to see Vince McMahon get in a car, take these two fuckwads to a fucking warehouse in butt-fuck New Mexico, and you watch them wrestle there. And give us something better than this. So this is the best you got, Vince? In 2017? These are your hand-picked top guys? And the best that they could fucking do is go out there and run into some fucking ring stairs and take a bump on a fucking table and kick out of each other's finishers? Well, guess what? It sucked.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care who says they liked it or they said it was fucking garbage. Take him to a warehouse, Vince. Watch him wrestle as many times as you want.
Oh, God.
Because these guys don't have it. You go, well, excuse me. Go watch them sports entertain.
Oh, God. I got to check out
Solid
Monster
motherfucker.
and Don Tony. See what both of their channels thought of the match.
The rest of us see these guys as the two figureheads of the death of pro wrestling.
They're much more
they
forgiving.
Suck. They will forever suck. They are forever fucking trash. Don't ever mistake that. Just because they kick out of some fucking finisher doesn't change a damn thing. It doesn't change a damn thing. That's not wrestling, that's fucking garbage. That was a Mick Foley promo with a cheap pop for a city. That's what those matches are. Sick and fucking tired of the pro wrestling industry overrating this fucking garbage.
Yeah, they do overrate it. They do. They overrate it. In my opinion. My humble opinion.
You hear that, excuse makers? These guys are the reasons why I can't talk wrestling with my friends anymore. They've chased off fan after fan after fan after fan. And those are real people. Not some fucking computer screen, you desensitized fucks.
I remember shit started happening to my friends.
I know they like to live in a fairy tale world. Well, the old Raw viewership was down. Why? Why was it down? Wizard of Oz remastered was on. Always have all these fucking excuses. And by the way, the ones who hashtag cancel WWE Network, a lot of them did. And they don't watch Raw anymore. So when you're talking about those missing millions of viewers, and you go by year, like on average, if you compare whatever week you're looking at Raw's numbers, if you compare it to 3 years ago, just 3 years, over 1 million gone. Gone! That's Nielsen. Those are the fucking viewership numbers. They don't lie. You can make all the excuses you want. In 3 years, over 1 million are gone because of these fucking guys. But you go ahead and put over those fucking kickouts. And guess what? Those fans who don't watch anymore, those former co-hosts, as far as the wrestling shows, they still come on the other ones, who don't watch anymore, and all the wrestling fans who don't watch anymore, they're not there. You know, the crowd was applauding John Cena. Great job kicking out of those finishers, buddy. You ran into those stairs really well.
I was like, this ain't his last
But if
match.
they were still here, they would have been chanting, "Fuck you, Cena," and they would have been flipping the motherfucker off. But they're not here anymore. And now we don't have pyros and all this other shit. So yeah, the WWE buckle, you know, the WWE bubble, the echo chamber, where everything's fine, it's great. They don't know the difference between revenue and profit. They don't even adjust for inflation. They don't know the difference between revenue and profit. So, while you're sitting there making excuses for this garbage, the rest of us have been in the fucking trenches with the real wrestling fans who peeled off. We've actually taken the time to listen to them. We don't want these two guys. Let me make sure you hear that real clear. Roman Reigns and John Cena, we don't want that.
Trash.
Roman Reigns is the most boring motherfucker on this planet. Like I said, it's hard to believe he's related to The Rock. It's obviously by marriage. He's not blood related. There's no way the fucking apple fell that far off that tree. For John Cena, it's very simple. Fuck you, Cena! Cena sucks!
He's done with that segment there. All right, everybody. Make sure all of you that enjoyed my reaction, you make sure you go over to Bruce Blitz YouTube channel and subscribe. And then you go over to Blitz Sports Network and subscribe. Very inexpensive for the amount of video that he does. Trust me, he covers a ton of stuff, not just WWE. He's a good guy. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Yeah, pretty much don't agree with much of what he said. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree with much of anything that he said there. All right, I'll see you guys soon. I've got a few more videos to do today. Oh, man. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. That woke me up. I was feeling a little groggy today, Bruce, and woke me up, and got the adrenaline pumping. Had a good time. Camaraderie. Feeling the hate. the frustration. But and keep in mind, y'all, I'm not laughing exactly at him. I'm laughing because he has a way of bringing out what we've all been feeling in such a way it's just so entertaining, and I'm right there with him. It's like when one of your boys is going off about something and you start laughing. It's not really funny, but it's how he's going off. It's like, yo, I'm right there with you. You fucking right, man. Fuck that shit, you know? So, see y'all soon. Look out for the Telltale Batman trailer reaction, because that's coming next. 10 million subscribers. Woo!